All right, if the width of the rectangular room is 80% of its length, what is the area? I know the length, don't I? So it's 80% of the length. How do I set it up? How do I want to set it up, Tyler?
0.8 times 15.
And that's going to be my area? Is that going to equal my area?
No, that's going to be your width.
Ah, that's going to be my width. That's what I'm checking to see what we're looking for here. That's going to equal the length. Okay? So find out, what's the length of the room? What is the length of the room? 12 feet, right? Have I answered the question? Is that what the story problem's asking us for? No. What is the story problem asking for, Cashton? The area of the room. So I got to know what the area is. How do I get the area of a room? How do I get the area of a rectangular room? Brayden?
You take base times height and then divide by 1/2.
Are you sure about that? That sounds more like the area of a triangle to me. Only to be divided by 2, not by 1/2, right? Okay. Or times 1/2, okay? You're getting it kind of mixed up. How am I going to get that, Jaslyn?
Then do the length times the width side by side.
Okay, so length times width equals area. My length is 12. My width is 15. What is the area of that room? Ben?
180 feet squared.
180 feet squared. Keep it where you guys can understand. 180 feet squared. Now have I answered the question of the story?
Yes.
Yes. Always make sure. This one, we just didn't go straight to here, to the final answer. So we have to always go back and double check in our story problem if we've answered the question that it was given us. Okay, trying to think. Why would they, what would be a reason do you think that they might need to know the area of a room? Why might they know the area of the room?
Because if they're trying to sell the house, they have to know like how big the room is to sell it.
Okay, square footage of a home for sale, good. What else might we want the area or the square footage of a room for, Roper?
But like to put floor down.
To put flooring down, good. If I'm gonna put carpet down, I need so many square feet of carpet.
You don't want to buy any more than you have to.
That's right, because it's expensive. Anything else that you can think of that I might use the area of the room for? What do you think there, Kaylee?
How are you going to set up furniture?
Setting up the furniture? Well, the length and the width, definitely. Have you ever played, do you like to move furniture around in your room or anything? Are you one of
but
those
Mom
people?
never liked moving it around.
Yeah. How many of you have ever done a diagram and so have you ever done a diagram to see if it's gonna fit?
Yes.
To see if you got enough space and so you play with it on a diagram? Yes? Yeah, well, that's not something I'm kinda like your mom. I don't wanna move furniture. Not my thing. I had a sister-in-law once though, that you always knew when she was fixing to move houses. Because when she'd come into a house and say this was her living room, and she would set it up with maybe the couch on that wall, by the time she had moved all of her furniture completely around the room to where the couch was, where it began, she moved. She no longer wanted to live in the house. She was bored with it and wanted to move. And so she'd call us and we'd go move. And we always knew, well, about time for Dorothy to move.
How long would it take her like to move from that wall to that wall?
Well, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, depending. Yeah, it wasn't fun, but that's what she liked to do. She liked to move her furniture around. So let's look at another one. We got another story problem. The width of a rectangular stage is 55% of its length. The stage is 120 feet long. What is the area? How do you want to solve this one? How do you want to solve it? Does reading the story sometimes cause you confusion? Okay. Is there anything we can do to help clarify it? Just a strategy that we can use.
Underline.
Yeah, circle and underline.
Circle and underline, okay? What do you want me to underline? What do you want me to underline, Chloe?
55% and 120 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna run this much though. I want 55% of the length, so I know what that 55% is of. And then you said 120?
Feet long.
120 feet long. And why am I circling area?
Because that's most important.
Because that's what I gotta find. Okay, good. Anybody wanna do anything else to this? To help make it where they can visualize what's going on, Josie?
You can circle that table so you know that.
Okay, I might want to know that this is a rectangle, okay? Okay, anything else, Jaslyn?
You have to know what is 120 feet long, so you have to circle the stage.
I think that's just, the fact that it's rectangular is gonna give me enough. I personally do one other thing. And I like, have you ever heard the statement, a picture is worth 1,000 words? So sometimes for me, it's important that maybe if I'm having troubles reading it, I give myself a picture. And my length is 120 feet. Oops. My length is 125 feet. Trying to get my feet in there. And I don't know what my width is, right? But I do know that the width is a 55%, W equals 55%. How do I write that as a decimal? Do I want to write it as a percent or do I want to write it as a decimal?
Decimal. 0.5.
What am I going to do, Ben? 55 hundredths. And that is of or times 120. Agree? So what is my width? Everybody should be calculating it. Everybody should be writing it on their notes that they had and they started yesterday. Because are you going to have story problems today more than likely? Yep. And how many times would students tell me, Mrs. Rakestraw, I hate story problems because I can't make sense out of them. Just a bunch of words and they don't make sense. Okay?
I personally like story problems.
I'm getting better at it.
It gives me something to visualize.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what is the width of the stage? W equals what? W equals what? Esri. 66 feet. So now I know this is 66, right? Does it answer the question?
Nope.
Nope, because what did I circle? I need the area, okay? Area equals, now I know that, because I know that formula, length times width. So my area equals 66 times 120. What is the area of the stage? What's the area of the stage? Emmy, what's the area of my stage?
7,920.
Say that again, babe.
7,920.
7,920.
7,920.
Okay, gotcha. 7,920 feet squared. That's my final answer. Jaslyn?
You can also check by doing 7,920 feet divided by 120 or divided by 66 and see if you get.
And see if I get the length or the width to make sure Should we double check? Okay, you're right, you can do that. If you have a problem similar to this, are you gonna be able to do it on your homework now?
Yeah.
You did what? Okay, so you should have said 66 times 120. And how did you get 1? Okay, I don't know what you're punching in, but I'm gonna go on. We'll check on that privately, okay? All right, do this one on your own. You have a story problem, and you need to calculate it completely on your own. Let's see if you're ready. You win an online auction for concert tickets. Your winning bid is 60% your maximum bid. How much more were you willing to pay for the tickets than you actually paid? Oh, this is different, isn't it? Well, maybe we better look at it. What do you think?
Wait.
You want to, I'm going to give you time and then we'll look at it. You're not getting a grade for it, so give it a try. What's the important information? That's going to be important. Is the winning bid important?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know. Can I see this or check it out real quick? Oh, but it does say how much more, so wait a minute, I didn't. Okay. It wants to know how much more were you willing to pay than what you actually paid. Nope. Nope. Why are you not doing 120? Okay. Very good. You're close. A lot of you. All right, let's talk about this. Here's what I'm seeing. I got several kids that have circled that answer right there. But not correct.
How did you do it?
Okay, let's go back to what it's asking. It says your winning bid was 60% of the maximum bid. Here's the winning bid, was 120, right? And that is 60% of what I was willing to pay, my maximum. So it was 60.6 of maximum. Sixty percent of my maximum is 120. Okay? Remember yesterday we did percentages 2 different ways? One way we multiplied the percentage times, and the other way we did what to the percentage? Did we multiply or we divided? We divided. I know what my winning bid was, but I don't know this. And if I was to set this up algebraically, this would be 0.6x equals 120. How would I find out what the x is? What's the inverse application of multiplication? Divide. So if I divide both sides by 0.6, x, or my maximum bid, is how much? $200. Now, did I answer the question? Go back and look. How much more were you willing to pay for the tickets than what you actually paid? You paid $120. How much more were you willing to go to go to that concert? How much more did you have in your pocket and you were ready to pay it? Because that concert was important to you. How much more were you ready to pay? Braden? B. Good. You were ready to pay another $80. But you got to keep it because you got a good deal. But I don't know the group. It must have been an amazing group because you were ready to go, right? And you were going no matter what, weren't you? Okay. Do you see how it works, though? What if the winning bid was 96% of your maximum bid? Remember, what was that winning bid? 120. And if it was 96% of my maximum, how much were you willing to pay for the tickets? How much more were you willing to pay for those tickets? How much more, Chance? Did you divide 120 by 0.96? And what did you get there? Okay. So how much more were you willing to give? If you paid 120, how much more were you willing to give? How much more, Kaylee? $5 more.
Cutting it close on that.
Yep.
When you do, whatever the number is, x equals 120, you take whatever the first number was, whatever the answer was divided by the first number, and
Correct.
then the answer minus,
Subtract the difference.
yeah.
Good. All right. Here's your assignment. We're going to do textbook page 229, 230. 1, 2, 16 through 22 even, 23, 24 to 32 even, and then 37. Remember, 1 and 2 are always right there in the textbook. You just have to look between you and the author. No, this is not your textbook. This is your math book. Your textbook is the big green book. Do you have one? Yes, sir, it is. This is your journal. All right. Pardon? This is your textbook. You need a piece of paper. You need to go to page 229. And you start out right there. What I would suggest is that you go in here and you write the assignment though on this piece of paper so you know where it's at and what you gotta do. Okay, so start out with that, that's your first part. Okay?